Hello guys, this is Amol Khedkar. Today I'll be talking about the article that you see on your screen which says government suspends all visas, bars travel by OCI card holders. This is an article from the Tribune dated May 6th, 2020. Okay. So before we get started, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I upload these kind of interesting news about world politics, geopolitics, international immigration, and many other topics on a daily basis. You really don't want to miss out on any of these. So please don't forget to subscribe. So let's get started. So the government has suspended all visas and it has also barred entry by OCI card holders. If you don't know what that means, OCI is an overseas citizen of India. Okay, it is like a lifelong visa to come to India, but it is not a passport. Okay, an OCI card needs to be accompanied by a passport. Okay, you cannot just travel to India with just an OCI card. You really need to have a corresponding passport along with it. Okay, so also extends visas of foreigners stranded in India due to lockdown. Okay, the government on Tuesday suspended all existing visas, barring a few exceptions granted to foreign nationals till international air travel to and from India remains shut due to the coronavirus pandemic, an order said. In a separate order, Union Home Ministry said it has extended on gratis basis visas of foreigners. Okay, but the main point in this is that the Home Ministry also said it has kept in abeyance multiple entry lifelong visas given to OCI card holders till international travel remains suspended. Okay, so just imagine this. Okay, what has happened is that government is now allowing citizens of India to come to India. Okay, so as you know, repatriation flights have started from May 7th. Okay, to come to India for many of the internationals that are stranded outside of the country, outside of India. Okay, but they are not allowing OCI card holders to come to India. So can you understand what that means? Okay, so giving up Indian citizenship is a very important deal, and that's why I personally do not even feel comfortable doing that. As I've said, I came to the US on a student visa, then I was on a work visa in the US on the H1B visa. Now I'm a permanent resident of Canada. I'm a PR holder of Canada. Now my next stage is getting the Canadian citizenship, but India is a country that does not allow dual citizenship. Okay, that's why if I apply for Canadian citizenship, then I will have to give up the Indian citizenship, which I do not want to do. Why is that? Okay, I will give you many reasons in this video. Okay, first and foremost is that in situations like these, as you can see right now, okay, government is allowing and it is trying to repatriate all the citizens of India to come back to India. I have my family in India. Okay, I have my house in India. I have all the relatives in India. I have everybody in India. I have to come back to India. Okay, so the government does not allow OCI card holders to come back to India. Okay, at least at this point. And one more thing is that OCI card holders can be denied entry into India. Okay, passport holders cannot be denied entry into India. When you have a passport of India, you can definitely get entry inside of India when the lockdown opens. Okay, but OCI card holders by themselves can be denied entry into India. Okay, you do not have a sure shot access back to India because you are not a citizen of India. OCI card is not a citizenship of India. Okay, it is just a card like a PR card. Okay, so right now I have a PR card and I have Indian passport. Okay, but if I relinquish my Indian passport, then I will have a Canadian passport and an OCI card. Okay, so like the exact opposite thing. But what happens is that at that time, then I cannot open a bank account in India. Okay, I just have to rely on the NRE account or the NRI account that available for the NRIs to operate in India. Okay, in the NRI account you cannot deposit money from India. Okay, you can only deposit money in the NRI account with remittance. Okay, like from the foreign bank to that NRI account. So you cannot just use the NRI account as like a savings account or a current account. That is the first thing. Okay, you don't have any flexibility about the transactions that happen in India. Okay, if you want to invest into any of the stocks or mutual funds or any other securities or say real estate or anything like that, okay, you always just have to rely on other people. you cannot do it by yourself. Okay, so those are the multiple things that I think that people should think about before giving up Indian citizenship. Okay, now one more thing is that Canadian citizenship really comes with its own obligations. Okay, any kind of citizenship comes with its own obligations. There are strings attached in here. Okay, it's not as if you are getting Canadian citizenship and that's why you are like the king of the world. It's nothing like that. Okay, Canadian citizenship comes with much amount of taxes involved into it. Okay, if you take a Canadian citizenship, then you are liable to pay the Canadian government taxes on all the income that you generate inside of Canada. Okay, so if you take Canadian citizenship and then you leave Canada, then you can just pay taxes in India. Okay, US doesn't even have that kind of option. If you know very well, there is a rule called FATCA in America. Okay, if you take up the green card in America, or if you take up the citizenship of America and then you go back to India, then you have to pay taxes on all the income that you make in India. So you have to pay taxes in India as well and in America as well. Okay, so these are all the complications that people get themselves into when they take up the citizenship of America or of Canada without even knowing what they are getting into. Okay, because all these things look very good on the surface. Okay, that's why many people just want to keep on getting the Canadian citizenship or Australian citizenship or like New Zealand citizenship as much as possible, but they don't understand what exactly are the implications of it. Okay, so the financial implications are just one part. Now look at this. Okay, Canadian stock market is a very slow growth thing. Okay, Canadian economy is not a fast paced and very high growth economy. Okay, I have had investments into the Canadian economy, and the inflation rate in Canada is just almost 0.5%. Okay, the kind of savings rate that you get when you deposit your money into Canadian bank is just negligible. There is absolutely nothing. Okay, so the kind of growth in Canadian economy is nothing. Now look at India. Okay, in India the growth is almost 6 to 7% or year on year basis. Okay, so definitely you want to have investments in India. You do not want to have investments in Canada, because Canadian economy is entirely dependent on US economy. Same thing with Australia. Okay, Australian economy is entirely dependent on Chinese economy. So that's why you don't want to have investments in any of these countries. Okay, to be honest with you, that's why you really have to invest into the economy where you plan to retire. And that's why I have all my investments just in India, nothing in Canada. So that's why I think people should really understand what exactly it means to take up Canadian citizenship or give up Indian citizenship. Okay, one more complication of giving up Indian citizenship is that if you want to reapply to the Indian citizenship, it takes 14 years. Imagine this. Okay, so I was born in India. I was I have my birth certificate says that I was born in India. Okay, so I have my Indian citizenship by birth. Now if I take up Canadian citizenship and I relinquish Indian citizenship, then I will have to live with Canadian citizenship for the rest of my life. Now after, say, so I'm 30 plus right now. If I'm 50 plus, 60 plus, at that time if I want to get back my Indian citizenship, then at that time I cannot do that. It is going to take me almost 14 years. This is official statistic. Okay, it will take me almost 14 years, and somebody has to sponsor me to do that. Okay, so my spouse has to sponsor me, or my parents have to sponsor me, or somebody has to sponsor me to get back my Indian citizenship. I have seen people who have done even that. Okay, they have taken American citizenship, they have taken Canadian citizenship, and they went back to India for retirement, and they again took Indian citizenship. But just to tell you the truth, okay, Indian government is not going to give you Indian citizenship back that easily, because you have relinquished it by yourself. Okay, by choice. Do you think Indian government is going to give you citizenship back so easily? It's not that simple. Okay, just imagine this. One more thing I want to point out is that India is one of the few countries that does not allow dual citizenship. Okay, and it has this stance since long ago now. Why is that? Because India has said that it is an ethnic country. Okay, India is an ethnic country. Then China is an ethnic country. South Korea is an ethnic country. That's why that's why they don't allow dual citizenship. If when you are an Indian citizen, then you are an Indian citizen by default. You cannot be Indian citizen and a Canadian citizen at the same time. Okay, if you want to be a Canadian citizen, then you have to give up Indian citizenship. Okay, that's the law, and Indian government will not change that law anytime soon. Okay, so I do not foresee this kind of immigration change happening in India anytime soon. I have studied the immigration landscape in America and in Canada and in India. Okay, these three major countries, I have studied these three major countries and their immigration visas and how do they work and how do they operate very thoroughly and very deeply. Okay, I can tell you by all my research that India will definitely not allow dual citizenship in the near future, and the kind of obligations that come with a citizenship of America or of Canada are very very high. Okay, people don't understand these. Okay, there are many people who want to give up their American citizenship. There are many people who surrender their green card. There are many people like these. Okay, that do that every year, but that just doesn't get into the mainstream. Okay, because people just want to look at all the goody things. There are many people who give up the American citizenship. There are many people who give up the green card. There are many people who give up Canada PR. There are many people who give up Canadian citizenship as well. Okay, why? Because all of these things come with strings attached. All of these things come with, you have to pay taxes to the Canadian government. There is a famous saying that you in Canada you literally have to pay taxes on everything. Okay, you have to pay taxes when you live, when you have to pay taxes when you die, you have to pay taxes when you buy something, you have to pay taxes when you buy a house, you have to pay taxes on each and every small thing in Canada, and the same thing in America as well. America is no different than Canada. Even the same thing with Australia as well, same thing with New Zealand as well, same thing with Europe or Britain as well. Okay, I was just seeing the other day that Britain is trying to lure Indian doctors to come to Britain, to come to UK as much as possible in the coronavirus pandemic, and it is giving free visas to Indian doctors to come to UK. Okay, but why? Because they just want Indian doctors to come to UK while they have a short supply of doctors in there. Okay, that's the only reason. So they are using the Indian doctors for their own benefit, and UK has stopped giving permanent residency or citizenship to anybody, because UK is a very small country. It's a small island. Okay, the size of UK is equal to the size of Gujarat. Okay, so that's why all these countries are going to use people when when they get the citizenship of any of these countries. Okay, that's why I have decided that I'm never going to relinquish my Indian citizenship, and I will always be an Indian citizen for the rest of my life. Okay, so if you learned something new from this video, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and please subscribe to my channel for more videos like these, and see you next time. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye bye.